Hey everybody, welcome back to Be Better Everyday Podcast. I'm Josh, without my co-host today, but I have a special guest today, the founder of Betterfly Wellness, a new business built around helping others heal, grow, and transform their lives. So, I just want to jump into it since we've already done this introduction a couple times now.
Technology failure.
Yeah, so hopefully the third time's a charm and we can rock and roll this thing. So let's go ahead and tell everybody who you are, a little bit about yourself, and why you started Betterfly Wellness.
My name is Amy Crispin. I have been doing mental health advocacy work for the past 10 years. I had been working with NAMI with Josh, and we had gone into hospitals and police and EMS trainings and student nurses and all sorts of groups, and we just talked about our recovery with mental illness and coping skills, and just to give hope and inspire people and help other people learn about mental illness. But NAMI shuttered their doors the beginning of this year, their Inner Voice program. So I wanted to fill in that void in the community that we have now. So that's why I started Betterfly Wellness.
I mean, can't think of a better reason.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you for the third time where the name came from.
Well, I love butterflies. I have my little butterfly backpack. And my husband suggested it, Betterfly Wellness. So, well, he said just Betterfly, and I decided on wellness. But so yeah, like because it helps you get better, and butterflies are just awesome.
And they transform.
And they transform. Yes.
I mean, what's a better name than that?
Right.
Because I mean, that's basically what we're all doing.
Yeah.
All the time.
All the time.
So how did your personal journey lead you into this space?
Well, it first started off, I struggled with my mental health in high school, and then I kind of shut down, stopped talking about it, started dealing with addiction, then multiple suicide attempts and self-harm and substance abuse. And eventually I was diagnosed with BPD and borderline personality disorder, which I was like, that's ridiculous. I don't have a personality disorder. My personality is great. I just put my hand on the mic, sorry. My personality is great. But yeah, I do have borderline personality disorder. And through, DBT and other coping skills, I really came around it and was able to learn to live with it. But advocacy became a big part of my journey. First starting with just like a social media page in 2013, and then I went and joined NAMI in 2015, and I want to continue doing this work, and this is the best way to. I mean, it really, I always joke and say that it gives me a runner's high if I knew what that felt like, because I don't run. I do walk a lot now, but I don't run, and if I'm running, you should probably be running too. But I do, it's such a great coping skill to go and do these presentations, and you really do leave, just especially when you have like a really good group, knowing that you've made a difference.
Yeah, especially when you get that, like, even if it's just that one person.
Yeah, just one person that you
one comment
connect to. Yeah, it gives you so much meaning in your life.
Yeah, it gives you so much meaning. It gives you hope too.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so awesome.
I mean, we provide hope, but meeting the people gives us hope too.
I know it so proves the old it's better to give than receive.
Yeah.
And you leave every time.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like, it's like, I want to go do this. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's my coping skill as well.
I know, even on the days you don't want to make the drive to do the preparation, or something else is happening.
You get there and you're just like, oh, I just want to get through this, and then by the end you just feel, oh my gosh,
you're like, I can't believe I didn't want to come. It's kind of like the gym or something,
right?
Like when every time
you're like, oh, I don't want to go, but then once you leave, you're like, why didn't I just do this earlier?
It's like you never remember the end feeling.
Yeah.
I remember, I have to get in my car, I have to drive there. Right. But yeah, it's such a good feeling every time you leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I ever, even on presentations where I did bad, I don't think I left feeling bad ever once. No. Yeah. It was just kind of like, I suck.
Well, there were a couple. After do you remember the police thing where they had the funeral?
Oh, yeah, that was weird.
That we left kind of like, because they were doing the gun salute and everything,
Yeah.
and everyone was in dress uniform, and it was.
But the presentation itself was really
Yeah,
awesome.
the presentation itself was good, but it just felt very weird.
Yeah, it felt really weird being there on the day of the funeral.
Yeah.
So that was definitely weird, for sure.
Yeah. So sometimes they're a little weird, but usually with connection with the group, you do feel good.
And it's so cool that, we got to talk to so many different groups of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Every group had so many different types of
people. And we worked with so many diverse people.
Yeah.
Coming from all different, walks of life. I don't know if you were there, but we had a lot of people who lived overseas. One woman had been born in Argentina. And we've had there's such a diverse group of people from all around the world I've worked with, that I've met through doing this, and that I've met through, presenting as well.
So, besides the gap with NAMI, what other gaps did you see that made you want to launch this business?
Well, we also had our issues with NAMI, so I wanted to have a little more control over the scheduling and how things were done. And then also, because we wouldn't be following like federal guidelines. So with NAMI, it's a national organization, so you have to do things the way national wants. While with this, there's more ebb and flow in it. And gaps in the community, it's just, there's never not gaps. Right now, if there's any time you can go and speak about mental illness and reach to people who still, are maybe ashamed or don't want to admit it or are struggling and don't think that there's going to be an end. I think that's good.
Yeah. So. Me too. I know that was like my biggest thing. It was like, I would have done it every day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They could have just sent me out every day. If I wouldn't have turned down anything.
Right. Unless it was like a certain scheduling issue. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I got upset when they for one point they would send out an email and it's like, as soon as you replied, whoever replied got it. And it was like, I hadn't checked my email in 2 hours. I'm sorry. So I'd miss it.
I know. I know when I first started, they would email me back all the time because I would reply yes to every single one.
I know, you would. You got a lot of the ships too. I'm jealous.
But they would be like, hey, do you mind? I'm like, no, I don't mind. I was like, I'll do any of them.
Yeah.
I was like, I enjoy getting out and talking.
Yeah.
It brings, I don't know. I think it was one of the biggest, best things I've done to heal myself a little bit is tell my story more and more.
Yeah, definitely.
It definitely helps. So what kind of services and support are you going to offer?
Well, mostly just public speaking, but I'm going to be offering other things like workshops, seminars. They'll mostly be like Zoom, but maybe for like a local business, like their HR department, coping skills in the workplace, those sort of things.
Yeah.
As well as I'm going to be selling like self-care kits and things when I'm vending at events. And just those sort of things. A lot of Zoom meetings and speeches. I want to reach out to any organizations that are looking for someone to like lead a workshop, in a business's coping skills or learning to work with other people who have mental illnesses in the workplace. Those sort of things would be really helpful, which are things not going to do that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But also definitely want to go back into the psych units because meeting with the psych patients was awesome. That was always my favorite groups to meet with.
Yeah.
Because they got so much out of our stories. I mean, the first time I ever heard of NAMI, I was in a psychiatric unit and someone came and did the presentation for us. And it meant so much to me because at that time, I was like, there are actual like support groups that talk about mental illness because I felt so stigmatized by it when I was growing up. I'd been very invalidated. And so I was like, that's not something we should talk about. We should talk about our feelings and mental health. And so, it gave me a lot of inspiration. So when we go in and talk to the patients, they really take it in a lot more.
I know. What has it been like? Maybe the last 8 to 10 years, like where
Hmm.
you can start to talk about,
Yeah,
and like
yeah,
depending
and it's
on what
still
group or economics you
right.
grow up in, it's still
Yeah,
hard to talk about.
and especially in like Black communities, in religious communities, it can be really hard to talk about mental illness.
I
And
know.
my family wasn't one of those, but I still, with my upbringing and just my experience with other people while I was growing up, I learned I shouldn't talk about my mental health.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't like until after my uncle passed away that I realized that like I knew he was bipolar, and I didn't discover that until like the last 10 years of his life,
Right.
15 years maybe.
He might not even know.
And well, he knew,
Um,
but the family just kind of
uh,
you know
just, just,
you don't talk about
we
that.
don't talk.
Yeah, and like
Mhm.
it seemed like more like, oh, it was because of drugs, and it was
Mhm.
he was using drugs to,
Right, to help with the mental
yeah,
illness,
but
to self cope with it.
didn't never talk about that. But
Right.
it wasn't until like he passed away that around an accidental overdose the day after Christmas, that after that I found out that he had such a hard time struggling around Christmas and on Christmas in particular, that I wish that I knew,
Right.
because then I would have known to reach out to him
Right.
on Christmas and the day
Right.
before. I mean, I discovered him, and that was because I went to go pick him up to play pickleball. Yeah. So, it's like little stuff like that. Like, if I
Yeah.
would have known that he struggled on Christmas and,
Right.
around Christmas, that I would have been able to, or, know that I should reach out to him during that time.
And even still now, that's still hard for people to admit. Like,
Yeah.
I need help around this time, or I'm struggling right now.
I know.
And it is little things like that that could have made a difference. If you had known, it's not your fault you didn't know, of course, but having someone reaching out, when you're having a hard time,
Yeah.
that's why it's so good to publicly talk about these problems so that people will, know about them and bring them out to the forefront so that your uncle might have been more comfortable reaching out to you,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. I think
or
it was
reaching
like
out to anyone.
60 some, right at 60, 61.
Mm.
Struggle with that for so long.
Yeah,
Just sucks.
yeah.
But um, one of our other guests, Lynn, she talked about like her son um, committed suicide in August, so she has a really hard time around that time.
Yeah.
Well, a few years ago, she put out like, "Hey, I really need out. I need people to reach out to me during this time."
Mm.
Well, it was just for that one year. She thought. Well, now every year since then, she has people who meet up with her without her even asking or anything. That little
See,
bit of
that's
time,
great. Yeah.
yeah, just because of one little time she like
Right.
needed it.
Yeah.
But now these people are like,
That
"Hey,
people will recognize, yeah, the anniversary is going to be hard for her, so we should be there for her.
yeah." So I thought that was pretty cool that she brought up and shared.
Yeah.
So
And that's awesome that she was able to do that. It's hard to do sometimes, for fear of looking weak or fear of nobody responding or, various fears that makes it hard for people to do that.
it's real hard.
Yeah.
I
It's
know.
hard for me sometimes. It is.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to get up there and like share a piece of yourself all the time.
Mm-hmm. There's a vulnerableness to doing it.
Yeah,
It is hard to. For me, it gives me strength being that vulnerability, but it is. There are some days I go in and I'm just like, ugh. And I just kind of recite my story instead of like actively tell it.
yeah,
So I don't have to go through that experience.
yeah.
So it is hard. I mean, some days, yeah.
Yeah, for me, like that was part. I think that's where there's a real switch when we've talked about it before, where like I dropped my script
Yeah.
and like because I'm such a horrible reader
Right.
and I struggle at stuff like that, and I would lose my place, and so like to me it felt more like work, and I was struggling,
Right.
and then I forgot him one time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't forget him. I was misread a situation, but I ended up not having it, and it was like the best presentation I ever had. So from that moment on, I was just like, at most I would have bullet points
Yeah.
of something I
My
would
cards
learn.
are just
Yeah.
bullet points.
But
just click on a few mean points.
Yeah, it was more like I'm big on vibes too. So
Right.
like reading the vibe of a room, like what's connecting, what's not connecting.
Exactly. Oh, I definitely have parts where I'll share, depending on like the age of the group and stuff. And if we have like sometimes we had very medicated groups, at hospital I'm talking about, but they were pretty low energy all the time.
Yeah.
I might not speak as long because, they just want out. They didn't really want to be there. I mean, they obviously didn't want to be in the hospital, but they didn't want to engage in the presentation.
Yeah. And that's the coolest part too, is like a lot of them would come in to a presentation not ready to engage, not wanting to, and I would feel it,
Yeah.
And I, if I was there too, I'd probably be the same way. So
yeah, I mean,
but
being a psych unit sucks. But if you go to the programs, it at least makes the time go faster.
Yeah.
So,
I know a lot of them would say that. They were like, I got nothing else to do for the next hour.
Yeah, some places will make the patients go.
Yeah.
But one thing I don't do, and at least when I'm with the patients, is I don't try to pull questions out of them. Like, try to ask questions if they don't. I might ask one, and if nobody responds, I'll be like, okay, well, let's move on. And but I won't try to be like, okay, well, what do you think? And what do you think?
Yeah, I'm not trying to put anybody on the spot.
In the hospital. If it's like a training, though, I'm fine with putting people on the spot. Like, sometimes
you're here for a reason.
Yeah, it's like, you guys need to learn more. You should be asking me questions. Like when we're at the police or EMS, they sometimes are a little stoic about asking questions, depending on the group. Some groups have had millions of questions, and some they're barely ask questions. But they're training and they should know more. So it's like, willing to be like, come on, guys, this is a chance for you to ask all of the questions you have about someone with a mental illness, and I will answer them. So,
exactly.
The people who have the mental illness, and it was like, they already know the answer to the question.
Yeah. And it's definitely a different, atmosphere in general when you're at a police department versus.
It's a little more businessy.
Yeah.
Not as much silliness.
I'm bringing the same energy though.
I still do. Yeah. I still love presenting.
Yeah. I'm still going to try to, I just wanted, regardless of where I was at, for people to like leave going, oh, well, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. At least not be like, well, I was a drag.
Yeah.
I just hope every time I speak that at least one person walks away with one thing.
Yeah. Even if it's not right then, like even if they're like later on, I'm like,
or usually I think the coping skills is one of the things that helps the most, with connecting with people, and that though a lot of them will be like, oh, maybe I'll try that sometime.
I know so many questions about float tanks.
Yes, you do. I'm sure you do.
Yeah, they're like, what is it? Explain more. Never heard of a float tank. It sounds like the dumbest thing.
I still need to do
one. Oh yeah. Last one I did was like 90 minutes. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something I have on my list.
Between a float.
I want to.
Yeah, last time I did a float tank, it was like 90 minutes, and I did hot and cold therapy before. Mm-hmm. That was like an hour. Yeah, sauna in the cold plunge. Yeah. Sauna in the cold plunge. Yeah, that was pretty cool. And then I went straight in from like leaving the sauna, because I started on sauna and ended on sauna, and then dived into the float tank for 90 minutes. So I was at this place forever. I was there for like 2.5 hours, 3 hours or something.
I would just do
we'll get you in the cold day. Don't worry.
When it's warm out, I would be much more willing to do it. I'm not doing it when it's cold.
So is there like an ideal person or like business that you would like want to partner with?
Definitely. I'm looking at trying to do an event next year, like a mental health sort of expo with vendors. And I'd love to partner with one of the local mental health organizations. I have sent emails to people, but I haven't heard back on them. Like Vocal and NAMI, of course, and some of the local hospitals. I would like to partner with, as well as be speaking inside the hospitals. And I am, and also just like business HR departments would be great. I'm also wanting to do more podcasts.
Yeah.
I'm going to get into the podcast bug.
Dude, we're gonna get you set up.
I
I'm
don't know how
telling
I'm
you.
going
I'm
to host a
telling you.
podcast, but
Even if it's just like once a month.
I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, those are the kind of places I want to reach out to. Is just like businesses, their HR department, then obviously the same places NAMI went, police, EMS, going to the psych units, also partnering with the hospitals to host events, vending at some of the hospitals have like health expos, vending at some of those places. Also vending at just some smaller things, and also I'm looking at maybe like the Carytown Watermelon Festival and like Pride or something like that for bigger events.
Oh yeah, that's good ideas.
And just trying to get my name and my information out there, so at least someone might have a connection to somebody, because it really was all about the connections.
Yeah.
Because I talked to Jeff, who used to be the NAMI not assistant director, but the one who dealt with us, basically, did the schedule and everything. And he said it was all based on connections. They like knew people at the hospitals.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't have the connections.
I know, that's what I just wrote down. I got 2 business cards that I need to give you from people I met at the mental health, men's mental health thing that we went to at the end of May last year for Richmond's first mental health awareness week.
Yeah, because I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, so I wrote it down, so I made a note.
Thank you. Thank you. I saw you writing down a note. I was like, yes, he has some information.
Yeah.
Because we always work with the nurses and stuff. We don't work with the people who are scheduling when we would come in. They don't know our names, you know. So I do always feel like I've been with NAMI for 10 years, but I'm still trying to get the contacts.
Yeah.
More people.
I know. I tried with RBHA to do like peer recovery down there, and like the people on the wing that knew me,
they don't know anything.
They were like, they're like, oh, that would be awesome, because like some of them would just come start sitting in on the presentation after you know them a little bit.
Well, they had to have somebody in there, but we would often
like
multiple people.
I forget a couple of their names, but every time I would come, they'd be like, "Oh, you're here today," and then next thing I know, they would show up too.
Right. Yeah.
And so I thought that was cool.
People, I could picture them, but I can't think of their names.
Yeah. So I was like, sweet, but like you said, they don't know the people upstairs.
They don't know the people upstairs, or they don't know the people who actually handle getting us in there.
Yeah. And that's the problem. It sucks because there's so many like willing people, and that's one of the things that I learned after getting my peer recovery specialist certificate is trying to get the 500 hours to become certified. Yeah, it's turned into a nightmare. Yeah. And then around here, people only will hire you if you're already certified. So it's just like this nightmare of
it's like it is when you're first starting out getting a job, or it's like get a job in your field, but you have to have a degree to get a job in your field.
Yeah, it's just nightmare.
So that's what
it's like all I'm trying to do is help people.
Right. Yeah. It's like why that is frustrating when we are dealing with some of the overhead with NAMI and stuff, and even me dealing with the overhead with Betterfly Wellness, trying to figure out like the logistical stuff, like paperwork and money and stuff like that. It's like, I just want to go out and help people. I don't want to do all this extra crap.
I just want to help.
That's my main goal. Be out there talking to people, not sitting here figuring out how many pieces of paper I think I'm going to need a month.
So, starting something new, you're always learning a lot. And you just brought up all these logistics. What's the biggest thing that you learned on starting this new journey?
Not much. I'm still like very much learning as I go. But the main logistical nightmare is figuring out all the financial stuff, which is mostly just me like Googling multiple things and finding the links and then doing the math of how many I need and with the shipping and how much is this going to cost. And because I'm working with the Department of Aging and Rehabilitative Services for DARS, they help people get jobs, whether you're disabled or not, or elderly or whatever. They'll just help you get a job. if you meet their requirements, which is usually like, you're not making money.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but they're gonna pay for 49% of what I need for my business. And when I pay, I get a 51%. So I need to know how much to ask them for exactly.
Exactly.
So I need to have all of this figured out.
I know. I bought, like when I was tabling for NAMI, I bought my own swag. Because NAMI never sent us with any swag except for the booklet and some papers.
Yeah.
And I was like, people don't come to the table.
We just ask.
I was like, you got to have the swag if you want to bring them in. Yeah. So I bought like stickers and like mental health stickers and mental health bracelets off Amazon. Wow. And I would bring my own swag.
Damn, that's nice of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be like having swag at my table.
I'm going to donate everything I got left. I got stickers right here and I got bracelets upstairs too. I'm going to donate them.
You can actually go to SAMHSA's website, Substance Abuse and Mental Health Administration's website, and order like free materials and stuff, and they'll ship it to you. Like once I ordered like everything. I got like 200 pounds of paper material sent to me.
Dude.
But I do go and they have stickers for the Suicide Prevention Lifeline, and like 988 stickers and magnets and a little handout like wallet foldables and stuff. So I have a bunch of those.
See, it's important to get the information out there.
Yeah, and 988 is just such a great resource. I just want to say that to anybody who might need it if you're in crisis or near crisis or just really bad place. You can call 988, but they don't like call the police on you or anything. They just talk to you.
Exactly. Unfortunately, but fortunately, I knew about 988 and was sharing this information. And last year when my son was in college, like he literally knew this information to help some of his other friends that were struggling with stuff. Yeah. So he knew to tell people like, "Hey, call this number."
Like I used to know
this
long number, but
exactly.
I don't remember it anymore. And that's just 988.
And you can text.
Yes, you can.
So you don't even have to call. And
I know 741-741 is the crisis text line as well.
Yeah.
I remember that one number. But I think they have an online chat as well, like private message on your computer. So yeah, there are lots of resources out there.
So what are like bigger goals beyond this? Like, is there maybe a book? Maybe there's
I don't know
merchandise.
Yeah, I mean the stuff I'm going to be ordering is going to be like the Betterfly Wellness logo, like the big B is like a butterfly, so I'm going to put that like on stickers and stuff, and then underneath, say Betterfly Wellness and magnets, and I've got a bunch of samples sent to me from print companies to compare, and definitely going to have rubber ducks for sale. If you don't know me, so obviously you don't know that I have a collection of over 700 rubber ducks. So, and whenever I do my presentations and whenever I'm going to be doing videos for Betterfly Wellness, I will always be showing off what's on my ducks. So
yeah,
today,
you brought some. Yeah,
I brought a Spyro duck. I brought this little squishy pink duck. It's got like beads in it, so you can use it as a stress toy or fidget toy. And I usually have my mental health awareness rubber duck as my last one, but we just moved a bunch of stuff in my house, and a bunch of my ducks are in a box right now. So it's in there somewhere. So instead I brought this little Nordic Viking chick duck.
Like a Valkyrie duck?
Yeah, like a Valkyrie duck.
That's awesome.
Those are some rubber ducks, but I'll have rubber ducks for sale as well. Some just regular rubber ducks and some with the logo on them. Pens, notebooks, and self-care kits. One thing I'm going to be focusing on. There'll be like multiple sizes, little tiny ones, bigger.
Yeah. So are you going to, since it's a wellness, is it just going to be solely focused on mental health or overall wellness?
For right now, I'm focusing on mental health, wellness, but I am obviously when I talk about things I do for coping skills, like, believe it or not, walking is important. Like, I've been walking.
It sounds horrible.
It sounds so bad, but I've been like jonesing to go walk sometimes. Like, I don't walk nearly as far as you. I've been getting like 10,000 steps on my app every day,
That's
which is more on my watch. My watch is connected to me and I forget to carry my phone all the
yeah,
time.
exactly.
But yeah, so talking about that part of, health wellness, and also maybe partnering and vending at, general health and wellness events. So
Yeah,
it isn't just mental health, your physical, emotional health, all is
they are tied
also
so.
tied together.
Yeah, I think that's
So
one of the things that both sides miss the mark on.
yeah.
Is like overall wellness events never have mental health people there,
Right.
and mental health people never have just wellness people.
No, I've seen both.
I've seen it,
both.
but they're like always
They're
like.
Well, they're not as many.
It's always like one tent.
Well,
We got this one guy to come.
There's not there not as many mental health events either.
Hey, yeah, that's true
Finding
too.
a wellness event is very easy. Like I've vended at them with another organization I work for. You know, finding like yoga events and stuff like that. It's very easy to find, but finding mental health events is actually pretty hard. Trust me, I've been looking. Especially since COVID, everything's kind of virtual now.
Yeah, I think the wellness events is gives you a lot more.
Right.
And
places to reach out.
Yeah.
Also, especially if they're like at the hospital and people involved in wellness, they might work in wellness, which means they might know who the HR people, So it will, when I'm vending, it will mostly be just, the things for sale, but also I'm there to present my business.
So what do you do for wellness overall?
Well, I walk a lot. I am eating a lot better than I used to. I went through a depressive period for most of this year, and it's finally going away. It's been a little more than a month. So I've very much changed my diet and the whole exercising thing. It's all new. But that's how I keep track of my physical wellness and making sure to stretch in the mornings and eating a lot more fruits and vegetables and not drinking because that's been kind of a problem for a while. So I've been feeling a lot better physically. And then for my mental health, I use a lot of my coping skills and just also following up with my therapist. I'm seeing her every week right now, but sometimes I see her twice a month, just depending on what I need. Making sure I take my medications, which of course I have to mention my medication and coping skills. I know they're one of Josh's favorite.
Yeah.
So for all my medications, first I use, a Saturday, Sunday box because I take too many medications. Not just for my mental health, but physical health as well.
I called it my old person box.
It is an old person box. Mine has the 4 a day things.
Yeah, mine had the whole week.
So yeah, but I only use the one mostly. Sometimes I'll use the afternoon evening ones. But I also colored the tops of all of my medicine bottles. I paint them usually, or I might just color them with a Sharpie, so that I can easily know which one is which. Especially if I'm looking for medication that's as needed, like my anxiety medication. I go to my husband, I'm like, I need my anxiety medication. And he's like, which one? I'm like, the blue one. And then he's not stuck there looking like, okay, she said brand name, but this is the generic name and not sure what,
Yeah.
So that makes it a lot easier. And on my sleeping medication, it has puff paint on top of it. So it's a little elevated. So it has a texture. So I can feel it in the dark. And it's a Z, it's Z, Z, Z when you're sleeping. And the other thing I do when I take my sleeping medicine especially is I take it and I flip it upside down once I have taken it. Because then I'm not there 20 minutes later oh crap, I'm not falling asleep yet. Did I take my sleeping medicine? I don't remember. And then accidentally taking 2 or not taking any at all and struggling because I think I already did. You know? And then I know whether I did or not.
I know that's so smart. I wish I would have.
No one told me to do it. I didn't look it up or anything. I love colorful things. I use colored Post-it notes and colored pens, and they're organized things by color. So I just decided to do that with my medication bottles. It also makes them a lot easier to find if I misplace one, because it doesn't look like any other medication bottles.
I know. That's what I was always the worst at, is put my meds together. Mm-hmm. Well, it did. I mean, it helped because Jackie would always do it because she was a pharmacy tech for like 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's just
Oh
like,
yeah, first.
yeah, it's like nothing.
I always get a sense of pride when I do it. When I
Yeah.
finish filling my math box, I'm like, and I'm usually like, I don't want to do it. And it's like the day when it's empty, I'm like, I have to do it.
Yeah, like
Because if I take all like 6 bottles out and like open them just to get one pill, I might as well just do all of them. But then I do feel proud afterwards. I'm like, oh, I did that. Good job for me taking care of myself.
I never would have filled them up that much because, like, some of the times, like, based on like different other things I would try, because you know me, I would talk about always.
Yeah, you're always
Like, I'm trying this supplement, I'm trying this.
Yeah.
So I'll always be throwing different stuff in. It could, I think, before it'd be like 23 at one time, like upwards of like just trying.
I was going low with 6. It's more like 10, but definitely not like 23.
Yeah, just like my regular meds plus all the other stuff that I was like trying, like all these different supplements. Like I think I remember counting 23 one time, and that was just for morning. It's just down the hatch. Yeah, that's the only thing that I'm glad that I could just take them all at one time.
I used to be able to, but I have 2 like really big pills that are like a gram that I have to take, so it's like.
It's like, ooh.
They are. I can't. I have. I swallow those separately. Then I just take the rest.
Yeah, I remember my grandma Butterfly. She would, no matter what it was always she could only take one at a time, and so I would sit there sometimes. I'd be like, "What are we doing here?"
All of my family members. All of my family members take their medicine with like something thicker, like pudding or yogurt or apple sauce or something, because they can't take it. They usually use whipped cream, I think. But they can't take it otherwise. And my dad chews up all of his pills.
Ooh.
Because he choked on one once. I won't do it again.
That's like some next level.
Yeah.
Because don't know pills, except unless they're like vitamins. Taste good.
Like
you know? Like, oh, only vitamins taste good.
Yeah, no.
So as you look ahead, like, what excites you and gets you fired up to keep going and like?
I just really love doing this sort of work. I mean, right now I'm more in the really weedy stuff of doing like the boring stuff, but I know there's good stuff coming up, and I'm looking forward to that, and that keeps me motivated to keep pushing forward.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's one thing.
I'm excited too.
Yes. Like, I'm definitely going. I've already asked Josh to be in some of maybe help me with some speeches, and I'm going to have a video thing, and Josh is going to be in it.
I'm ready to go to some events too next year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. No.
I'll have to have a few of you guys, and we'll be there.
Because like I told you last time when we thought we recorded this, when we thought we did this last time, like I miss it.
I know. Me too.
I miss the presentations.
Me too.
And
it's been December was the last time I did one, last December. So
yeah, mine was last September, so it's been like just over a year.
Just over a year.
Yeah. And like I just loved it so much.
And they cut it back so much. I mean, when I was first doing them, like maybe a year or so in, was when we were like at our best. I was doing like 7 or 8 a week. We only had 3 people too. So we were mostly doing them singly, and the 3 of us were dividing up.
7 a week would have been awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
Like I said, I would have done it as a job. They could have just paid me to just do that full time.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd have been so
Well, when I first went and applied and everything for the program, they were like, okay, well, we're going to pay you. And I'm like, what? Oh, okay. Yeah. I was going to do it for free, but
I thought I was here for a good time.
Yeah. Oh, you can pay me if you want, but I'm not going
to. Yeah. I'm not going to say no.
I'm not going to say no to the pay, but yeah, I thought I'd be doing it for free, and I was willing to. And I might still be doing some free stuff next year to, like, try to get. I might have some smaller events, probably going to have them at Henrico County community centers, because if you live in the county, you get, like, half off.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying.
So I need to go, like, tour them and stuff. But have just smaller community events that are free. Just have, like, one speaker, maybe, and a couple of vending. like an hour and a half to an hour of that, and just try to get community people to come in.
And it's important. I mean, it's definitely something we need to be pushing more and more in communities. And the more people that hear other people share, the easier it is for them to share.
Well, really what we need for mental health is we need more community-based mental health services like the CSBs that can provide that stuff before it's at a crisis in your psychiatric unit. It would really help if we had a lot more community-based services that would help people before they're at crisis.
Yeah, and I think I really like to go talk to the police officers, and so much because like I've seen it personally, and where it's a mental health issue, but the police are involved in it.
Yes,
because people don't know how to handle it, and people. I do. I mean, I've been there too because. I mean, there was times where I didn't know how to handle it,
right? Because
I didn't know that much about mental health disorders and stuff. So.
And I've dealt with them. I've been TDO'd twice, but my times have been fine.
Yeah.
They didn't cuff me either time because it was a very short drive, and I had more medicine. But also, I'm a person of color, so I know a lot of people of color have got very different experiences.
Yeah. Police. I mean, I've literally gotten between officers before and a loved one outside of a hospital.
Wow.
Because they just wanted to smoke a cigarette before they went in.
Right.
And they smoked one cigarette and all they did was light up another cigarette and was almost finished with it. And next thing I know, 2 officers roll up and say, "You got 30 seconds to put this out or we're going to make you put it out." And I was like, "Look," I said, "he's only got 2 minutes of the cigarette left." And I was like, "You're not touching him." I was like, "He's going to walk in there." I was like, "I'll make sure of that." I was like, "But we're not going to escalate this for no reason."
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Okay." And so then they just went off to the side, and 2 minutes later, he put his cigarette out and went in. And I was like, "You were just ready to just, over a cigarette?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Come on. He's already here at the hospital."
Right.
He was already in there.
And they just rolled up because he was smoking on hospital grounds, but you're not allowed to do. That's why they just were like...
No, I don't know what happened, but next thing they were like, "Well, you got to go back in here because you're, you start..." He started the paperwork and then he talked to them and they were like, "Okay, you can go outside and smoke."
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, there's 2 officers there saying that we're going to make you go in there. And I was like, it's not that serious right now.
Right.
I was like, he's calm, smoke a cigarette.
Yeah.
Let's chill out. Yeah. And so I would make a point to bring that story up every time when I would talk to these officers. Hey, sometimes it's just a guy trying to enjoy his last cigarette before he goes in for 72 hours and doesn't have any cigarettes.
At some of the hospitals I've been in, they'll have a counter you go to for morning meds at 9. Everybody has to go, or it's usually 7 or something. Everybody has to go take their meds. And the people who need cigarette nicotine patches, oh my God, they're the first people there. They're
let's go. It's 6:59. I don't see anybody in here right now.
Pretty much. Definitely the nicotine patch talking to us every day. Oh my God.
I mean, it's real.
Oh no, I would be one too. Fortunately, started smoking one this year. Was stressed out.
Yeah. But you're on the vape train.
Yeah. Well, no, I usually smoke cigarettes.
Oh yeah.
I sometimes smoke my vape.
So, what's the core message or mantra or
guidance from someone who gets it?
There we go.
Guidance from someone who gets it. Betterfly.
That's your mission statement too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. It's just
So if someone's listening and struggling in their own wellness right now, what would you want them to hear from this podcast?
That it can get better, and it does, but it's hard work. It's a lot of trial and error, but it is possible. And if you're there right now, regardless of who you are, whether you're struggling or not, just stop for a second, take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it out through your nose, and just center yourself for a few seconds and allow yourself the patience and the empathy for yourself while you go through this, and try not to take the crap out of yourself about it, but push forward as well.
I like that. Oh, you got to tell everybody my favorite grounding technique that you get everybody to do too during our presentations.
One of my favorite grounding techniques is to count colors. So I just pick a random color and I just start counting how many of the color I can see in the room. And it doesn't matter what the color is or what the number is. It's just to get you so you're not like way up here and thinking about like, oh my God, how am I going to afford mortgage in 2 years? And what about that time in 7th grade that girl gave me side eye? And you're just like back in your body. So yeah, I tell people to count colors because that's what I used to do. I don't do it as much, but I would do it sometimes during like the video portion of our thing, just because I would be struggling with mindfulness, like especially early on when I was nervous.
Yeah.
And so I would tell people the number. I was like, and for example, while we were watching the video, I counted X number of blue items or whatever.
When you brought it up, I counted 6 gold things behind you.
Yeah, it's a fun little one, and I love that you told me last time that all the audience start looking around.
I know, that was like my favorite thing.
Because I never, observed it from a secondary perspective.
Yeah, it's one of the first things I noticed. And if I wasn't presenting with you, I would bring it up sometimes.
Yeah.
Just because.
Oh, yeah. I've grabbed coping skills from other people and stuff.
Oh, that's the beauty.
They're not copyrighted.
I know.
One of the things with coping skill, well, there are a few things I have with coping skills, and one is that I just suggest you try all of them, at least once, and then you figure out whether it works or not.
Yeah.
And instead of just immediately being like, no, I won't do that. Like,
I know. That's what I used to bring up.
Yeah. So, but if you try them, then you kind of learn what fits. And then also just practicing your coping skills when you feel fine. I feel
That's
silly.
the hardest part.
Silly when I do it. But I'll be like, I have an alarm on my phone every day that goes off, and it's like breathing. And I'm just like, okay, all right. Okay, I guess I'll do stupid breathing exercises for a couple of minutes. But it really does help, because if you're doing it only when you're really anxious, your body's not used to already being relaxed by it.
Yeah.
And you don't have that muscle memory of doing it, which is part of what helps calm you down. It's not just the coping skill, it's the fact that you are used to doing it when you are okay.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set an alarm. Because meditation is like one of the hardest.
Yeah, I have to, and I need to change the alarm time, because it has been a couple of days, because the alarm will go off and I'm like, yeah, whatever. But if I move the time around, and I'll also, it's just the thing I use to organize myself is changing the colors or changing the sounds and changing the background on my alarm. Like my stretching one is somebody doing like a yoga pose or something, because it'll catch my eye better and I'm less likely to be like, you.
Yeah, exactly.
So I need to do that with my breathing one. And then also change the time so it throws me off, and it's like, okay.
I know, it's so easy to like fall out of the stuff when things are going good.
Yeah. Or when things are going bad.
That's true.
You're just like, I feel like shit, I don't want to do that stuff.
Oh yeah. I don't want to get up and I don't want to go walk.
Yeah. I don't want to get off this couch.
It's like the hardest thing to do in the mornings, because lately I get up at like 2:30 or like 2:45-ish to make sure, so I could be at the gym by 3:30. And the first thing I do is walk. And I was walking 2 miles because it would just be so boring that I would walk 2 miles, then work out, then finish 2 miles, because my goal is to get 4 miles a day in right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I'm to the point where I just like, suck it up, buttercup, and do your 4 miles at one time. I was like, let's stop.
You need to play the picnic game. It always makes it more fun.
Yeah, that's true. The treadmill is just so boring.
Yeah.
But at 3:30 in the
Oh,
morning,
the treadmill won't work with the game. You have to be moving.
yeah, like walking around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I did that once with my dog at 3:30 in the morning, and she sketched me out.
She what?
She was sketching me out.
Wow.
Like she's terrified of everything.
Oh.
That like
So
mailbox.
she was freaking out.
Yeah, like every mailbox. Oh, like you thought the mailbox was about to attack her. And so then,
We're brave guys.
and then like halfway through the walk, I was sitting there, and like I'm like, because we were around all these woods, and like people on next door. I know there's foxes. I've heard bobcats, and like the neighborhood across the street, there's like a pack of coyotes that go through it every once in a while, and they always catch that on like Ring cameras and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting out here with this little dog, and I'm like, I'm out here with coyote bait. What am I doing? And she's terrified, and so I was just like, what am I doing out here with this dog? And so I took her home, and I was like, I can't do this with this dog.
No.
This dog was freaking me out.
Yeah.
I was like, this is too much. But now it's so cold out there.
Yeah.
The gym is.
When I walked this morning, it was like my hands were so cold.
Yeah, I did like 4 miles earlier,
so nice
and I was
weekend,
like, I know.
I got so much walking this weekend.
These last couple of weeks, my allergies have been so messed up.
As soon as it starts getting cold, my nose just causes stuff.
I know, it's a nightmare. Welcome to Virginia.
One experience 4 seasons in one day.
Exactly. I know, 70 during the day, and then 30 some at night.
Yep.
For no reason.
Yep.
But so we're like right at an hour.
Okay.
And I asked you about wellness. And so what I also like to ask near the end of the episode is if someone's having a bad day right now and like really going through it, not just overall health, but like right now, a shitty day, what do you tell that person?
It would be, again, to breathe would be the first thing. It's just to take, those deep breaths in and out. They really do help center you, and they help calm you down, especially if you're panicking. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, not out through your nose. But just taking a breath can help ground you and let you be in your body for a minute and feel that. But for anyone who is going through a really bad day, it's like, I don't know. I'm sorry, and I don't know their situation, so I don't know how exactly what I would say, but I would wish them the best, and that I hope it gets better, and that they are able to center themselves and ground at points during the day.
Yeah. I've seen this thing a lot lately, and it's been helping me that it's just a reminder of this too shall pass.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't even have to be from the Bible or whatever. No, just remember. Just, Like, if it's a good day, remember that bad days will come. Yeah. Because the good days, this too shall pass. Yeah. It'll change.
I like the quote, even the longest minute is only 60 seconds.
Oh, that's good, too. I like that. Yeah. I guess the longest day is only 24 hours. So I've really been thinking about that a lot. Especially this week. I had a pretty stressful week, and so I've just been thinking about reflecting on that a lot this week. Yeah. Like, even though things are bad right now, it always changes. It does. It's like Virginia weather. It's always changing.
It's always changing.
So, where can people find and connect with you right now?
The best place is my website, which is betterflywellness.com. You can also get me on Facebook, on social media. I am working on building up my other social media stuff, but if you go to Facebook, you can search for Betterfly Wellness. And so those are the 2 best ways to contact me. Or if you want to email me, it's info@betterflywellness.com.
And I'm going to put it all in the show notes too. So it'll all be in there on all the different platforms. Yeah. Basically everywhere. Yeah. Worldwide. Yeah. So.
And on YouTube as well. Also.
See? I mean, you're just I mean, you're right there. You might as well start a podcast. I mean,
I'm not starting.
ah,
So I business to do.
yeah.
I still need to get my audio set up and everything before just doing regular stuff.
See, once you're there, you're there. That's the easy part. All the hard stuff is just getting everything set up. And once you got it set up, I mean, all you got to do is press record.
Yeah. I don't know the space.
My next thing is, like you say, you're going to start your other socials and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's my next goal. After I finish the goal of getting 1,025 kilometers for the year.
How long is that in miles? I didn't.
In freedom units, it's like 600 something. It's like 600 and some miles, I think. Like right now, I'm at just under 800 kilometers.
And you want to get to how many?
You versus the year on Map My Walk app is 1,025 kilometers. It's just like,
And you're 800. You said?
yeah, it's like,
Okay, so
it's basically if you average 2 miles a day
Yeah.
for the entire year.
Okay.
So I got a late start and didn't think that I would hit the gold for this year. And then
You're still pretty close, though.
I am going to get it.
You have rest
It's
of
no-
November and December.
There's nothing. I'm getting it.
I believe in
getting
you.
it.
I know you'll get it.
I'm like on day 160 some of my walk streak. And
Nice.
so once I realized that I was close enough and it was a realistic goal,
Yeah.
that's the only thing on the plate now.
Do that. And also, like, when you could also just do it, after the fact and be like, yeah, that was a goal. Check
Yeah.
off the list. I did that.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be a realistic goal once I started walking. Because, like, it basically started walking this year just because my co-host signed us up for, like, this 40-day walk thing.
I have 3 weeks.
Oh,
I was checking to see how long I had. I didn't know.
look at you go. See?
I'm starting out.
Mine started June 2nd.
Yeah.
And so
Wow.
it started up because my co-host signed us up for this 40-day thing where it's like you walk 1 mile for 40 days and then you read some Bible verses.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I'm signing us up for this. And I was like, I do not want to do this, but that's what we're going to do for the next 40 days. I'll do it with you.
Yeah.
And 160 some days later,
Yeah.
I'm freaking doing 4 miles a day.
I mean, I've noticed already that I'm like walking faster than I was, and that I'm getting more steps per day than I was.
Oh, the thing that made me the most mad about everything is once I like started getting like actually healthy and like noticing my heart rate, like I'm doing the same walk, but my heart rate's not going up as much.
Right.
So then I start pushing it more. And so then my walks are getting faster and faster.
You're running now.
But my steps are going down and down because my strides are getting longer and longer. I'm like, oh no.
My legs aren't that long.
So
I don't know if that will affect it or not.
like it used to be like, if I did 4 miles that was over 10,000 steps or like it was close to 10,000 steps. But now my strides got so long that it's like 9,000 steps. Like I lose like 1,000 steps on this 4 miles. Well, that and like I started like jogging up hills and like doing some sprints and stuff.
Nice.
I'm like, what am I doing? What's happening
Who
to
is
me?
this person?
Like I text one of my friends from my chronic pain support group this week.
Yeah, your old ladies.
Actually, she's she's actually of my age. It's like only a few of us.
I know you told me there were a couple of people joining.
Yeah.
About your age.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
I think I'm still like the youngest, but finally there's someone closer to my age. But she does 5Ks and stuff. And so like the 5K we did a couple weeks ago, she was actually the one who told me about it, and she did it with like some people from her gym. But I hit her up and I was like, guess what? I hit 4 PRs for 4 miles, 4 consecutive miles. This like personal records.
Oh.
Yeah, like my fastest times. 4 out of my 5 fastest times have been this week.
Awesome.
Yeah. And so I was like, you're never going to believe this. And it's like she's like, oh, you're getting a bug. And I'm like, I hope not. It's like, that's the last thing I need is a running bug.
Yeah.
I said, I'm still too big for running bugs.
Yeah. I don't see myself running, even once I get walking faster.
Wow. That's like
Maybe like a short jog, but I don't see myself doing.
I got this weird mustache for Movember,
Uh-huh.
and it's for men's mental health.
Yeah.
Not mental health, Men's Health Awareness
Yeah.
Month, and it's like a
Like
sign of solidarity
yeah.
for men's mental health,
Yeah.
men's prostate cancer,
Right.
and testicular cancer.
Mhm.
So I told myself that I was never going to shave my beard again.
Mhm.
And then I told myself for a long time that like maybe I would do it if I was under 300 pounds again.
Mhm.
And because I haven't been under 300 pounds since like before my son was born, since before my first back surgery. So 2006, 2005, something like that. And so I'm under 300 pounds. And so then it came up. So I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll just hold off and I'll do it next year.
Mhm.
And so then I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I was like, just do it.
Yeah.
That's like, it's just facial hair. And then like, because I thought it was like always a friend, but since I shaved, I'm like, maybe I was just using it as a mask.
Yeah.
Because I thought I had a fat face.
A lot of people who are overweight, they do grow beards. So.
But I had it for so long. I had like,
Right.
I think last time I didn't have a beard was like 2011-ish.
Right.
So
I recently got bangs, and I hadn't had bangs since I was like in 5th grade. So I kind of understand. Not quite the same, but
yeah. This is something you looked at for so long.
Right.
Like, because I remember like I had it long before, but I have like a poofy hair, so like mine wasn't like all nice and everything.
Right.
And I cut it shorter, and I was like, oh my goodness, it felt like I lost a friend because I knew how long it took to like get that. I guess girls would have the same issue of like, if they cut really short.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I've done that before. But,
But yeah, it's been cool, and so I did it on like I don't know Friday or last week or something like that. So it's getting more used to like seeing my face again.
Right. It is weird, like when you have a drastic change like that. Like married, I'm like, whoa.
It's like, who's that?
Yeah. What person run?
Like my family's still like, what's going on? I saw my granny. She didn't even like clock it at first. She was like, "You got new glasses?" I was like, "No." She was like, "Wait a second, you cut your beard?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, I guess she thought too that, I'd never shave my beard again. She thought I had new glasses on. I was like, no, these are my normal glasses. And she was like,
something's weird.
She's like, something's off with that face. Yeah. So, my last question is always, do you have a favorite quote or verse or something? I know you have a favorite quote. So.
Okay. Well, my favorite quote I would always end my speeches with is, I want to inspire. I want someone to look up to me and say, because of you, I didn't give up. Author unknown.
That's what it's all about. Such a good one, too. I need to send that out in my daily quotes.
Well, one of my favorite moments on this mental health journey I told you about last time was I was vending for an Omni booth, and this woman just walked up to me, and she was like, "Hi, Angie. You don't remember me, but you came and spoke in my hospital, and you literally changed my life." And she gave me a hug, and she walked away. I didn't get her name or anything, but it was like, I did it. I did inspire someone.
I know.
And they felt better. Like, she came out and knew my name and everything. I didn't recognize her because I'd spoken to so many people, but I really made a difference. So,
and it's like all you need. It's like something you didn't know you needed in your life, but it's so powerful.
Yeah, it's so gratifying and just full circle, knowing that you made a difference.
I know so far this month, like I've been trying to text one person every day and let them know that I'm grateful that they're in my life. Oh. So I was like, well, it's Thanksgiving, I might as well do that.
Yeah.
And so I've been trying to do that this year more. Is like, I talked about it with my granny on our podcast where some of the biggest moments in my life is when somebody told me how I affected their life and I had no idea.
Yeah.
Like, example I used to her was like this guy that I was working with, welding, like he was moving to Alaska. So he invited me to this party and he just like pulled me aside and he was like, dude, I just want to thank you for everything that you helped me with and all this other stuff. And I was like, dude, I don't think I did any of that stuff. And he was like, no, dude. He goes, you helped me more than you know. And he gave me like all these examples of things that I went out of my way to do that nobody else did. And I was like, oh, I thought I was just being your friend.
Yeah.
And I was like, but that like stuck with me for so long. I mean, it still sticks with me.
Yeah.
Like
it
that.
means a lot to you when
Yeah. And like
appreciates it.
I started thinking about it more as like we don't let people know when they have these, effects on our lives like
That's
this.
true.
And so I've been trying to do that more this year.
Yeah.
Like with like relatives' birthdays, like my mom and dad, I wrote them each notes, and my granny this year, like just trying to be more
more thoughtful than just looking at birthday.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of that, I'm just trying to like be like, hey, this is how I really feel, because we don't ever talk about it.
Exactly, it's the things you don't talk about.
It's things like that if you don't think about. So I'm grateful that you came on the podcast.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
Again.
Totally another. I told you I'd be coming back again.
Yeah.
Didn't know it'd be the same podcast.
Yeah, so I can't wait for next year. I can't wait to see what you do. I can't wait to come help out.
Yes.
Honestly, I can't wait to come table.
I'm very excited.
I'm ready to table an event. It's been too long since I've been out there spreading the word.
Well, if you hear about any other, you hear about the men's mental health thing, if you hear about anything, of course, let me know.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And then we'll finish up by telling everybody to remember, be better every day.
Be better every day.
That's it.
All right.